Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go and start for the custom race event on Gran Turismo 7 for the celebration of 2nd anniversary to the game. Vision Total Drama is back and it's about to be ready to go for having a new season by having a tricks on my sleeve. With all the Total Drama fan art livery to have a road car and race car all together, we'll be taking on with some most famous iconic racetracks in the world. I'm talking about the racing circuits of High Speed Ring, Deep Forest Raceway, Grand Valley, Trial Mountain Circuit, and all the other racetrack in Americas, Europe, and Asia Pacific is now coming together to have a brand new part of a world tour. This will be having all kinds of brand new set of challenges to have some road car and race car to have some Total Drama fan art related. And also to have a brand new part of the livery design is now showcasing is the Chevrolet Corvette CR1 C6 2009 Vision Total Drama Entry Driver Edition. But this one is now being presented by myself to be created by my own kind of entry driver participation to race up with some few other road cars that related to Total Drama characters and team variation. But I hope you like it. This will have to bring out to have this entry driver will be heading up to the track. With all kinds of development changes is now being set after the release date from 2022 for Gran Turismo 7. But after all, with the return of Vision Total Drama, it'll have to be featured to have my very own racing outfit that related to have this kind of a Total Drama fan art design variation, along with the characters and team variation to be represented from the past Total Drama season by original since TDI Island 2007, Action, World Tour, Revenge of the Island, All-Stars, Pocket-Tail Island, and of course the spin-off, the Redonkulous race is now being available to public on Gran Turismo 7. After years to have the long-awaited absence since the shutdown on Gran Turismo Sport, but Vision Total Drama will have to go by the major step and have a good ways to start for a brand new season with all kinds of Total Drama characters will be participate on the track. So if you really want to try it out, just use any kinds of vehicle that related to have some hashtag will be showcasing in public. But it's still available on Gran Turismo 7, and that's why I'm always have to keep on racing, stay clean, and keep up the good development for having the first ever project, while the second one is now being currently to be finished by having a 2-month duration. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's get ready to go and start with the Vision Total Drama race season on the track. Let's get started and have fun out there, folks. It's been 2 years for the game, you guys. New tracks, new cars, and every month content update is now going in to have a brand new part of the new season that I just planned for myself after finishing for last year's GTWS Nations Cup, Manufacturers Cup, and Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup. So I'll have to choose one of the 3 regional locations to have some available racetrack after finishing on menu book number 39. For starters, this will have to take a good introduction race will go to High Speed Ring, one of the 4 legendary iconic racetrack for every Gran Turismo titles from number 1 to number 7. That's why I just been planning for myself to go by having a major step of practice to choose any racetrack we'll have to go for having a new part of selection. Got to go on load settings and have a good opening race will be at professional level for the number of cars up to 20. But this will have to take a good matter of opportunity to see some few other Total Drama characters and different road cars to be well recognized. Here they are right now. These are the original characters from Season 1 and Season 4. But especially for Alejandro and Sierra who ever been participate from Total Drama World Tour since Season 3. They're all set, good to go, and everything is about to go road car in action to see some good opening introduction to be well embraced and have the challenge to see how this competition will go work perfectly to have some road cars. The first part of the selection, this will have to take Total Drama characters will be on the main full course. Grid start is about to be going entered, then calculate performance. So, if you're a Total Drama fan who has a lot of good experience by playing Gran Turismo 7, this is how this video segment is about to go. We're having an all-in competition to see your favorite Total Drama characters and your favorite cars on the track. Just to let you know, it'll have to go matter of expression. It could probably have to take any cars to go participate at any place. That's why this will have to take a good opening season to have an introduction to be racing at High Speed Ring. Just only 3 laps, and this will have to take a good road car to do this part of the challenge. Because why? This will have to take any favorite Total Drama characters we'll be doing on the starting grid to choose by a number of positions to go by random order. But it might be possible when it comes to have a best performance and best car, it could probably have to take a good suggested performance point that it might need to be required to enter. So I'll have to get down to do some car settings. Hard compound tires is now being checked. And also to have one other thing, to have some different options when you're going to have to press on the setting sheet. First and second setting sheets is now being applied and good to go to be switched automatically due to the regulation to have a personal use when you're entered in custom race. So, gonna have to be ready up and have a 3-lap introduction race. We'll get started. Welcome to High Speed Ring, one of Gran Turismo's most legendary iconic racetrack in Japan. If you ever want to go faster here, you can go race anywhere. Right now, the spectators are now being welcomed here to be on the most famous iconic racetrack, passing through to have some good famous road car with Total Drama characters. It's going to be a very good time to have a thrill of the challenge. Hope Gran Turismo fans and Total Drama fans are about to be ready for this moment, because it's race time and see how it goes for having a new part of the season. This will be doing a main courtesy to have this part of the introduction race. Total Drama characters with road cars on High Speed Ring. You're about to be coming in onto the S turn by turn number 3 and 4. Very much more impressive to see how Alejandro Bruamento is now moving up in 4th place by using the 2010 McLaren MP412C. He is very more fine, fantastic, and British supercar. So coming up onto turn 5 and turn 6, just have that final turn to go left, inside in the corner, then going full straight, and I'm about to be stepping up and go overtake to pass his current position. Over 25 years, High Speed Ring was very more iconic, and legendary is very much more quite situated in Japan, with many changes just like turn 2 and second straightaway to have the most famous with the most finest iconic bridge. Welcome to High Speed Ring, one of Gran Turismo's most legendary iconic racetracks on Earth. If you ever want to go faster here, you can go race anywhere. The spectators are now being arrived to see some good road cars with Total Drama characters is about to be racing up the most beautiful iconic track in Japan. Hope Gran Turismo fans and Total Drama fans are about to be prepared for this moment, because it's race time with road cars to have a good thrill of excitement. Let's roll. Now coming up to have a good procedure on turn 2. Got to overtake Header in the Aston Martin V8 Vantage S 2015. Then coming over onto the bridge, There's turn 3. Make a good position to go on the right, then do on turn 4 to have the same pattern like ever before. Now into the straightaway by the tunnel. Have the headlights will turn on. This will have to go out and have a good horizon in the light. There's turn 6. Got to be ready to do the brake. Now I'm on the roll and go overtake at the outside by passing Justin in the Aston Martin DB11 2016. Coming in forward to have the first lap clear. Then moving on in lap number 2. The track itself has been changed for over 25 years in the making. High-speed ring was used to be very more original and situated to be set in Japan, including turn 2 and the most famous iconic bridge. But take a good look to have this most fine, beautiful environment is quite very good to be turns out highly realistic. Once you're about to be coming in after taking turn 4, the tunnel is going to be your best favorite part to have real cars and race cars alike. Many Total Drama characters just really want to see some good action to have a good thrill of the challenge. So I got it in the lead. Now going in forward to take the first position after overtake Dakota Milton in the Porsche 911 GT3 RS Type 991 2016. But here comes the final lap. This is where the best part will come in for having a good introduction to have the first part of the race. That's more like it. Faster lap time is now being claimed by 1 minute, 20.582 seconds. By turn 2 has now been put up to have a good extreme redesign changes ever since from the PS3 era back from Gran Turismo 5 Prologue and Gran Turismo 6. Only in GT7 is now turns out to have a good natural track course is now being remained the same, and different changes is now actually to have a good ways to see some real cars and race cars in action. That would be quite giving a good remarkable and have this good ever introduction to have this part of the pit lane entry by coming out at the tunnel before you had to go earlier at the pit stop by having a good moment of tradition since Gran Turismo 1 and Gran Turismo 4. Now coming into the final stretch, there you go. One entry driver has now taken the podium. And what a very good, great start out there for Vision Total Drama. The introduction race is now just a brand new beginning. It takes 2 years for Gran Turismo 7 that I'm just gonna have to take a lot of process to have all of my Total Drama liveries is now being imported to GT7. But this will have to take a lot of good stepping stone progress to see some road cars and race cars to have some different set of Total Drama liveries and team variations as well. But very good introduction to have the first race and being yet cleared to have 4 minutes, 11.592 seconds is now being on the main total time. But there's the faster lap time is now being spotted on Alejandro in position 3 by using the McLaren MP4-12C 2010. 1 minute, 19.661 seconds on lap number 3. But that was a very good clear race complete, and this will have to take a lot of fun to get started. Now, this will have to be featured to do a replay. Let's have a good look and see some Total Drama characters to go racing in action. Always have to go on replay option to go in race info. Display car names is now being shown up. And they're up. All the Total Drama characters, including one entry participate, is about to be heading up and take the first turn around onto the lap. Very much more proud nostalgia and this is going to be a lot of good road car to see some good action to see around on the course by forward direction. So coming up onto turn 2, one entry driver participate is now attempting to catch up the header by overtaking the left side before entered on sector 2 by finishing in sector 1. Also, several road cars are now gunning right in to catch up the header, and this will have to take a good watchful eye on Gwen in the Mazda Atenza Group 3 road car. She's about to go in and follow the trail on header before entered at the tunnel. She's going in right now, folks. She's going to catch up the header, and heads up, Scott is about to sneak right in to have a slipstream to go by attempted overtake at turn number 6. This devious guy really might have to go for a trick, and he might gonna have to catch up to Gwen, but someone else might have to send Fang over on the track, but 20 participate is now being at full capacity. But there we go, he overtakes Gwen, then entered on lap number 2. Very good for Scott. He overtakes Heather, and she is dropping down on position 8. But heads up, looks like Beb is on position 11 in the Porsche 911 GT3 RS Type 991. Same goes to Jeb, currently to be on position number 12. Then let's have a good check to be on the 13th place driver is Lindsay, Mercedes-Benz SOS AMG. She's doing well. Just gonna have to keep a good basic step to have one beginner driver to be labeled to become as the dumb princess. But she's still beautiful. She might have to do some patterns to find some good ways to find a good line. Now gonna have to take a good check on the lookout. There's Justin on position 6 in the 2016 Aston Martin DB11. But wait, looks like Sierra is now gunning right in to catch up to Alejandro in position number 4 when she's in 5th place by the Alpine A110 Premier Edition 2017. Faster lap time for 1 minute and 29 seconds for Bridget, and she's gonna have to be overtaken to be dropped down on to 4th place. Come on Bridget, just try to stay focused and beat Alejandro to get in the fight. But wait, Sierra overtakes Bridget, and she is going in to go after Alejandro when the entry participate is in the lead. Look at her go. She's going on the chase and race up against the arch villain, Handsome Guy. Just only 2 sectors to go. Alejandro, or maybe Al, is currently to be in a 3rd position to do a faster running effort to have a good way and make a new set of the record to have the MP412C 2010 is currently to go for the main offense by overtake several female Total Drama characters. But looks like Dakota Milton stays strong and stay defended in 2nd place while the 1st place entry participate is still in the lead. Turn number 6 is now coming in, and here comes the final stretch. This would be my first ever role to have the Vision Total Drama Racing Series to go for having a road car league. The Corvette has taken the podium, folks. Porsche has finished in 2nd, and McLaren finished in 3rd. That brings out to have a good matter of the first start of Vision Total Drama will be racing on the track. But there's more to come. Different selection and different part of challenges is now being set and go by a matter of selection to go in division use. But good race and a matter of time to go for a captured thumbnail image to have to be featured, to be showcased, and go for the spotlight. That was a very good, excellent first ever race introduction for this part of the video segment, folks. Just like the practice session back from the previous content update in this game. All I have to do is gonna have to get everything to be organized and get settled to do some different part of challenges. We'll be moving up to go by race car in season. I'll have to change vehicles and go selected by manufacturer or category, depends on racing cars. Okay, gonna do this and go by race cars and seasons. Next up, it's about to go for having a good time to be here in the wilderness racing at Deep Forest Raceway at Switzerland. Gonna have to go by category pick, go to Group 3 cars. It'll have to be preferred to choose between different teams and Total Drama characters that have the same part of the Group 3 category. But I'll have to be preferred to go and choose the Toyota Supra GT500 1997 with Total Drama Island Original Killer Bass. But that's right, this will have to take the next step to have a matter of part of conclusion to bring out to have some Total Drama fan art liveries to be racing at the track. Now let's go to custom race, go by full course, loading up the settings, and going update from 5 laps into 10 laps. This will have to take some minor changes to go by intermediate, then go professional level to have some few other Total Drama characters by names we'll be using on each kinds of Total Drama livery variation from Season 1 through all the way from Season 5. Just to include to have some personal character is now being listed like Chris McLean, Joe, Lightning, but despite the changes, it's now being put up to have the Ford GT Emblem Spec 2 test car and will courtesy to be using with a 2012 Aston Martin B12 Vantage GT3 for temporary use, along with Topper, Harrow, Tyler, Shoggs, and Blaney. But of course, just only one host for the most, and the hostess of Celebrity Manhunt is now ready to join in session by having a grid in order. I'll have to be adjusted to go down from position 10 to go below on position 20. This will have to take a matter of tough concentration to see which is going to go by extra by changing up from lap number 10 to go by lap number 14. Almost forgot to have the tire wear rate and fuel consumption rate is now going up and set to be quite giving a matter of tough challenge to go in endurance. Everything's all set. Now let's go racing to have a good range of credit by 122,000 GT credits. But you know, every world card that related to have all the Total Drama characters might be very good to have a basic work, but the race cars might have to go by advanced level to have some different selection to go for only team variation and personal characters that might have to take some matter of changes to be in use. But if possible, this will have to take a good real part of the challenge to go for having a marathon of Group 3 cars to have this part of the segment and selection for Vision Total Drama. Everybody is all here. This will have to take a good starting grid to go organized in order to have the same matter of Group 3 cars from manufacturer brands. But I just really have to go focusing eyes on the prize. All the team variations and characters are now going double check, then let's get it on.